So let's say that we're a medical device company, Brand Aid Medical, again, a highly regulated area. And we've got a new patient portal launch. We're going to launch a new patient portal. So I've spun up a project here, and it only has a single element in here. But if you haven't seen our product before, you can manage all of your tasks. You can manage proofs and approvals. You can add people and collaborate inside of here. That's what this is really designed for, is it's a work management system. But the cool thing that we now have that I want to show you guys are AI insights. So however you're managing projects today, whether it's Excel spreadsheets or maybe some other tool, one of the most complicated and time-consuming things for you to do is to make sure your projects are staying on track. And we've all been there. I worked in marketing for many years, and I would have a CMO come to me and say, "Hey, I need an update on these 5 projects." And that's going to take me 15 minutes, 10 minutes per project. And on a good day, right? Because I'm going to have to go through it. I'm going to have to run reports. I'm going to have to look at stuff. I'm going to have to craft up my messaging of how I want to say how the projects are performing. And what we aim to do is for people that have limited time, maybe you're not a dedicated project manager. Maybe you're just the designer or the creative director, or you're a copywriter. It's not your full-time job to manage the projects, but that responsibility is fallen on you. Well, we want to take that away by giving you AI insights. And whenever I click this button, right before I hopped on the call, I asked it to summarize the project, and that's what it's done, is it summarized the project for me. So in just a few clicks of coming in here, going into the project, clicking insights and asking it to summarize, I now have a summary that I can copy out of the system and paste into an email or a Slack message. I can customize it. I can continue chatting if I wanted to continue chatting. I could ask something like, how many proofs are there? And what it would do is it would go through and tell me. Now, it already told me there's only one task, one proof in here. But the really interesting thing about this is it's going to help you just think through these things and think through the project. It says key observation and implication. The project shows a clear ownership entry, which is useful for accountability. It made sure that somebody's assigned to the project has the proof on it. It's got one proof, and it said important operational details are missing from the data set, the task breakdown, the review activity. I did this on purpose so that you could see, like, it doesn't think there's enough information in here for you to be properly managing the project. So in addition to summarizing it, it's letting you know, like, hey, you're at risk of failing this project because you just don't have enough details in here. Throw them in here and we'll help you manage that. So that's a really cool use case for AI insights. On the flip side of that, let's say that you're doing a larger analysis of your projects. And so now I'm in the reporting section of Lytho. And so this is looking at all open projects. And there's a lot of data in here. And this could take me, there's multiple pages. It could take me a while to summarize this. Again, I click that AI Insights button, and I can immediately see all my projects, how many tasks are in these projects, total tasks, the average number of tasks per project. And it gives you key takeaways, recommendations on how to improve these, implications, and it lets you know if the project is at risk or not. And so it says future planning. Essentially what this is, without having to read it all, I read it already, so it told me. It's summarizing that you've got some projects that have dozens of tasks. You have some projects that have none. Think about restructuring the project so that they're more manageable and you've distributed the work over more milestones so that you're hitting milestones. That's a great project management philosophy that if I'm not a dedicated project manager, I may not know that. How can I get a hold of these projects and really take control of them? This is how. And if you're working in a very heavily regulated industry, you can't afford to be missing data. You can't afford to be missing project deadlines and things like that. So this is another way that the AI insights kind of ties into compliance, and that it's going to help you make sure that your projects are staying on track. You're not missing anything.